Hey there, Steppers! This is Jennifer again. I'm your teacher here at Next Step English. Today is going to be a short video because this is part of a longer blog post about why you should be using music to learn English. If you want to visit the blog post, there's a link down below, and I highly recommend you visit it because there's a special announcement at the end, something you're not going to want to miss. I wonder what it could be. In this video, we're going to look specifically at examples of how English songs can help you build and reinforce a strong, advanced English vocabulary. When people are writing lyrics to a song, they often use creative language. Instead of using the first word that pops into their head, like we do in conversation, or like you might see on the news, songwriters often need to find a word that rhymes or a word that fits into the rhythm of the song. For that reason, the words in songs are more likely to be quirky, advanced words. They're words that native English speakers do know and do use, but they are more advanced, and they're words that native English speakers don't think that you'll know because they're not words that you will have learned in the classroom, most likely. I love all different types of music, but I love old musicals. So in this video, we're going to look at 3 short clips from old musicals. We're going to see some wonderful vocabulary that comes up in these 3 songs. The first clip is from the movie Camelot.
The winter is forbidden till December, and exits March the 2nd on the dot. By order, summer lingers through September in Camelot.
Isn't that a wonderful clip? I love that movie. In fact, Camelot is my favorite movie, so I'm really happy I had an excuse to share a short piece of Camelot with you. So in the song, I highlighted 2 pieces of vocabulary. The first was on the dot. If winter exits March the 2nd on the dot, it means it exits precisely on March the 2nd. You can know without any doubt that when you wake up on March the 3rd, winter will be gone. If I want you to arrive at my house at 5 p.m. on the dot, I want you there at 5 p.m. I don't want you there at 5:02 or 5:05. You need to be there at 5 o'clock. So on the dot is an idiom we use to mean precisely, especially with regards to time. The other bit of vocab I highlighted for you was lingers. So when something lingers, it stays longer than you expect it to. So if summer lingers through September, it means that you continue experiencing warm, sunny weather in September longer than you thought you might. Because normally in England and where I'm from in Virginia, once September comes, it's a little cold, it's a little more gray, the trees start dying. But in Camelot, summer lingers through September. So go back, watch the clip again with that vocab in mind. The next clip is from another movie I love. It's called Guys and Dolls. And in this clip, there are 3 friends. I've had to cover one of them up with the lyrics. But they're singing about all the things that men do to please women.
When a bum buys wine like a bum can't afford, it's a cinch that the bum is under the thumb of some little broad.
Isn't that a great clip? I love the rhythm of that song. I love everything about that song, actually. I highlighted 3 specific pieces of vocabulary for you. The first one was bum. A bum is a lazy person, someone who really doesn't contribute to society or to other people. And so a bum because they're lazy and they're not really contributing, probably doesn't have a lot of money. And in the context of the song, a bum definitely can't afford expensive wine. The next bit of vocabulary was, it's a cinch that. This is a slang way of saying, I know for certain that. We don't use this all the time, but we use it sometimes, and you will hear it sometimes in the movies. But let me give you an example. Imagine that I live here with 10 other people, and I have an enormous jar of chocolate chip cookies that I made. I come home from work, and all the cookies are gone. I know that my one roommate, Gregory, loves cookies. So I can say, it's a cinch that Gregory took the cookies. It's a cinch that it was him. I know for certain it was him. I don't have to guess. I don't have to imagine. I don't have to ask anyone. I know that it was Gregory. It's a cinch that it was him. The last bit of vocab was, oh yeah, under the thumb. So if you are under someone's thumb, you are completely controlled by that person. You're completely dominated by that person. So this song is saying, if this lazy person is buying expensive wine, I know for certain it's because he's being dominated by a woman. They use the word broad. This is old-fashioned slang for a woman. We never say this anymore, but it's a good piece of vocab to know because you will see it in movies. The last song I have for you is from the movie Kismet. Kismet means fate. It's this idea that everything in your life is already decided in advance, that you have this destiny that you can't control and you can't change. This song is specifically about that idea. I hope you enjoy it.
Fate can play a trick with the twine to weave the evil and good in one design. And so, my destiny, I look at you and cannot see. Is it good? Is it ill? Am I blessed? Am I cursed? Is it honey on my tongue or brine? What fate is mine?
What a beautiful voice, right? I could listen to Howard Keel all day long. His voice is so deep. Oh, it's great. This is a movie with a lot of advanced vocabulary in it. In this short clip, I identified 4 advanced vocabulary words for you. The first is twine. Twine is a type of string where you take 2 other pieces of string and wrap them together to make the string stronger. So that's twine. Oftentimes we might use twine to tie up a box. You'll see it sometimes. Twine. The next word is weave. So in a literal sense, you can weave a carpet or weave a basket. You're taking pieces of string or pieces of plants and you're layering them together like this to make a carpet or a basket or a piece of fabric. But as you know, in English, we love to use words figuratively also, and weave is a word that we use figuratively all the time, especially the idea of weaving a story or weaving a narrative. You take different details and different characters and plot twists, and you put them all together and they run through each other until you create a story, just like you would create a carpet or a piece of fabric or a basket. The next piece of vocabulary is cursed. So he says, am I blessed? Am I cursed? If you're blessed, you're very lucky. You know, good things always happen to you. If you're cursed, it's the opposite. You're very unlucky. Your destiny seems to be to have this terrible life. You are cursed. One of the definitions of a curse are bad words that people say to make bad things happen to you. Like a witch might say a curse. So if you're cursed, it's almost like someone has cursed you. Someone has said these magical words to make it so that all these terrible things happen to you. And the last word is brine. I talked in the beginning of this video about how sometimes songs use advanced words because they need to find a rhyme. So he used the word twine, and now he uses the word brine. They rhyme. Brine is very salty water. We often use it to preserve food, for example. So when he says, "Am I blessed? Am I cursed? Is it honey on my tongue or brine?" Honey is sweet, it's pleasant. People like eating honey. Brine is salty. You wouldn't want a mouthful of brine. So when he's saying, "Is it honey on my tongue or brine?" it's like, is this good for me or is this really bad? Thanks for sticking with me through this short video. I hope you enjoyed the music. Again, they were from the movies Camelot, Guys and Dolls, and Kismet. All three of these are great movies that use great language, so I highly recommend them. But like I said, this is a shorter piece of a longer blog post about why you should be using music to learn English. So to learn more, please visit the post, and the link is below. And even if you don't have enough time to read the post, go over there to see the announcement at the very end. Like I said, this is something you are not going to want to miss. Take care, steppers. I'll see you again soon. Bye!